Good morning, students. Today we are here to learn about types of nouns. Before entering into the topic, let me see a glimpse about noun. What is noun? Noun is a naming word. You all know well. Nouns are everywhere around us. It is one of the basic building blocks for how we refer to things in the world. It shows the name of person, place, thing, quality, idea, or state. Nouns are one of the first things that people study when attempting to learn any new language. What do you see in this picture? We have a lot to look into this. Do you have any idea of why we are looking into this? Yes, I told you everywhere around us are nouns. Shall we find some nouns here? Fine. Can you guess what place is this? Yes, it is a bazaar street. People are walking, both men and women. We can see some bikes were parking and auto is moving. Also many shops are here like tea shop and also junk foods are available. Many houses are there. We can see a tree and a big fort too. Wherever you see, you can find nouns. Again we prove that nouns are everywhere around us. Now we see the example for nouns. Jacob is a good athlete. Here the word Jacob refers to a person. Nepal is a beautiful place. Nepal, it represents the place of a noun. I have a glass bottle. Which bottle do I have? Glass bottle. So here the bottle represents things. She has a good leadership quality. Even though she has many good qualities, her uniqueness is her leadership. This is a quality of her. She was quiet before her final exams. How was she before her final exams? She was very quiet. It represents her state. Nouns are classified into proper nouns, common nouns, concrete nouns, abstract nouns, collective nouns, material nouns. Now we see about proper nouns. Proper noun which refers to the particular names of people, places and things. It always begins with a capital letter. Proper noun is a noun given to something to make it more specific. Example, John, New York, Monday. John is a name of a person. New York is the name of a place. Monday is the name of a week. Proper nouns are written with capital letters regardless of where they appear in a sentence. Now we see few examples for the proper nouns. Vikramaditya was a justice king. Even though many kings were ruled in our country, they have specified here only about Vikramaditya. See the second one. Rajasthan is a sandy area. There are more sandy places in our world like Libya, Arabia, Iran, but they have particularized only about Rajasthan in this sentence. Jupiter is the largest planet in the solar system. Among all other planets in the solar system, only Jupiter is the largest planet. Common nouns are referred to person or things of general category. Common nouns are words used to name general items rather than specific ones. Go into your living room. What do you see? A lamp, chair, couch, TV, window, painting, pillow, candle. All of these items are common nouns. Common nouns are everywhere and we use it all the time, even if we don't realize it. Everywhere you go, you will find at least one common noun like street, school, mall, gas station, living room. Now we see examples for the common noun. The students listen attentively while the teacher explains the problem. Here we have three common nouns in the sentence: students, teacher, and the problem. Have they mentioned what problem the teacher explained? We do not have any idea about it. They have mentioned commonly about the problem, which was explained by the teacher. Next one, he owns a shop on the main street of the town. Do you know where he owns a shop? On which street? In which town? It may be near to Salem or Madras city. Next one, boys are hard workers. Oh, is it so? Only the boys are hard workers. Then what about girls? They are more intelligent. Girls are smart workers. They have generally mentioned that boys are hard workers and girls are smart workers. We can use plural only for the common nouns, not for the proper nouns. I have a dialogue conversation for you to identify the common and proper nouns. This conversation was happened between two friends, Sham and Bob. Sham: Hi Bob. Bob: Hello Sham. How are you? How is your family? Everyone is fine, Bob. We have met up long days before. Yes Sham, our last meet was in Central Library. Yeah, it was good memory, Bob. We have read lot of books. Yes, the books about facts of universe, great inventors, quotes to think. Yes, Sham, it enhances our knowledge. Certainly, one book is equal to 1,000 friends, Sham. Sure, you are my dearest friend, Sham. Bye. Meet you soon. Bye, Bob. See you later. Common nouns can be classified into countable and uncountable nouns. What is countable nouns? It is names of things that can be counted in numbers. They can be in both the singular or plural forms. Uncountable nouns, it refers the names of things that cannot be counted in numbers. They do not have any singular or plural forms because it is uncountable. Countable nouns can be further classified into singular and plural nouns. Singular noun is a name of a single person or thing. A plural noun is a name of more than one person or thing. Singular means only one. Plural means more than one. We can find this in examples. One new patient was admitted in the hospital. Patient was noun in this sentence, which is singular because only one patient was admitted in the hospital. Next one, eggs are sold rupees 60 a dozen. As eggs are noun here, how many eggs were sold for rupees 60? A dozen eggs. Dozen means it is 12 in number, which is more than one. So it is a plural noun. In our class, there are 20 boys and 20 girls. How many boys and how many girls we have in our class? 20 boys and 20 girls, which is more than one. So here this sentence also represent plural nouns. Uncountable nouns are names of things that cannot be counted. They do not have singular or plural forms. We can indicate the quantity of uncountable nouns in two ways, with the units of measurements such as liter and kilos. For example, today I bought 5 kgs of sugar in the shop. Every day I drink 5 liters of water. Here the word kilos and liter, which represents the uncountable nouns. I tell you two more examples to represent the uncountable nouns by using words. Can I have some juice? Please add more sugar to my coffee. The word more and some, which represent the uncountable nouns. We have certain basics to follow up the singular and plural nouns. Some nouns are always singular, like furniture, information, haircut. Some nouns always take only the plural form, like scissors, trousers, pants. Certain nouns are always used in a singular sense, although they have a plural form, like news, physics, athletics. Certain nouns are always used in a plural nouns, although they have a singular form. Example, police, cattle, data. Some nouns have the same singular and plural form, like fish, deer, offspring. Concrete nouns refer to things that we can touch or see. They can be in both countable and uncountable. Concrete noun refers to a physical object we can see and touch it. We can experience through five senses such as touch, smell, sight, taste, and hear. For example, keys, table, milk, oil, butter. We can experience this concrete noun through five senses. My car is not working since morning. Do not forget to drink milk tonight. Both car and the milk are concrete noun. It can be available in both countable and uncountable. Abstract nouns refer to things which we cannot see or touch but we can feel. Abstract noun refers to idea or concept that does not exist in the real world, which we cannot be touched but we can feel. They include feelings, experiences, states, qualities, and ideas. The examples for feelings and emotions are love, hate, pride, and for the states are comfort and courageous state. Freedom, truth, belief are the examples for qualities and ideas of abstract noun. Adventure and drought are the examples of events and experiences. Collective nouns are nouns that refer to a group of people or things. It is a collection of things taken as a whole. It is not specific to one kind of thing. It is considered as a group. It denotes the group of individuals. The examples are the committee arrived at the station together. Here, the word committee refers the collective of people where they have arrived to the station. The audience cheered for the performance loudly. The word audience here mentions the collective noun. The class maintained complete silence while the teacher entered the room. The class, it contains group of students. They maintained a silence while the teacher entered the room. I have two more examples for you. He comes with a huge family to the theatre. This year, basketball team include members over 6 feet tall. The word huge and team mention the individuals of a group. These are the examples of collective noun. Material nouns refer to materials or substance used to make things. It refers to the type of substance instead of individual particles. Material nouns are not countable, means we cannot count them because they are in the forms of liquid, semi-liquid or solid. Paper, glass, wood, iron, wool are the materials which is used to make things. Gold is a good conductor of heat. Jute is one of the cheapest natural fibers. Plastic is not good for the environment. Here the word gold, jute and plastic which refers the material nouns. Compound nouns contains two or more words that join together to make a single noun. A compound noun is a type of compound word that is used to designate a person, place, or thing. Compound nouns are formed by combining two words belonging to different parts of speech. Totally, we have four different parts to form the compound nouns. The first one is noun plus noun. The second one is adjective plus noun. And the third form is noun plus verb. Fourth one is verb plus adverb. Here I have given you the examples to form the different parts of. A compound noun is formed when two words are combined to make a completely new word. This means that the meaning of the new word must be significantly different than either of its parts individually. Compound nouns can be written as a single word, hyphenated word, or space word. The examples for the single word are firewood, bedroom, pancake. Check-in, dry cleaning, and Jack in the Box are examples for the hyphenated word. The spaced compound words are bus stop, water bottle, and post office. We have the four main rules to change the compound nouns into plural by adding s to the main noun. In the word mothers-in-law, we add the s to the main noun mothers to make it as a plural by adding s to the n word. See the word assistant directors. We have adding the s to the end word director. By making both nouns plural. The example word is men servants. The word both men and servants are in plural form. By adding s or es to the end of the word when there is no obvious principal noun. See the word forget-me-nots. In those words, we do not have any principal noun, so that we have add s or es to this kind of compound noun.